G'day guys, I'm Biggest Kev and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to refine some gold jewellery which was kindly donated to me by my wife. She had some scrap jewellery in a jewellery box that she no longer needed and didn't wear anymore, so she's kindly donated it to me so that I can refine it and yeah, and try and purify it into, I'll melt it down into a gold button. Anyway, I'll just give us a closer look so you can see what we've got here. There we are. That's all the scrap jewellery that my wife's donated. Now what I've got to do, I've been following another channel called Suri Tips, and I'll write his name down so you can, if you want to have a look at his channel, you can check him out. He's right into this sort of stuff, because I'm going to be dissolving this scrap jewellery down in acid in aqua regia. Now what I've got to do, I've got to go through, and anything that's magnetic, it's obviously got steel in it, stainless steel or whatever, I'm going to keep that separate, put that separate, because I've been following his videos and he separates anything that's magnetic. Like there's a little stud butterfly that sticks to the magnet, so I'll put that separate. I think this earring's just got that piece of steel through the middle. You can see that shiny bit of steel there. But I'll put that separate with that one. So anything magnetic goes in a separate pile. This one here is semi-magnetic. I'll put that aside. I think it's stainless steel in them. There's another one of those butterflies, that's magnetic. I think that's pretty much it, guys. All the rest of this material's, well, that one there's sort of magnetic as well. So I'll put that separate. So all I end up with, hello, what have we got here? No, that one's alright. Oh, this one here. And I think that's just that metal clip. Yeah, it's just that little steel clip on the end. I'll have to take that off with a pair of pliers, separate it. Okay, what I'll do, I'll go through the rest of this jewellery here and I'll just take off all the metal pieces, all the steel pieces of it, and then we can add that with the rest. And I'm going to put it through an aqua regia and dissolve it all down, and hopefully recover enough gold to make a little button. Yeah. Okay guys, stay with me. Okay guys, let's see how much scrap jewellery we've got in weight. Okay, we've got 17.8 grams. So 17.8 grams. Once I refine it, we'll see how much gold we've got left. Or we recover, how much gold we recover. Okay guys, I have 100 mils of water in the beaker. I'll put in the jewellery. That's all the jewellery that we're going to dissolve. I'll add 100 mils of hydrochloric acid. And next, some potassium nitrate. Okay. There it is. That's our aqua regia. I'll put it on the heat. I'll come back in about 10 minutes and I'll just show you how it's going. Okay, you can see the aqua regia is active. It's slowly dissolving down all the scrap jewellery, and once that's done, then we'll get on with the next step. Okay, the solution has calmed down now. It's not as active, and the acid has done its job. So now I'm going to take it off the heat and just leave it to cool, and then I'll filter it. I'll leave it there to cool and I'll come back to you. Okay, the solution's cooled down. Let's filter it out. Okay, there's still some base metals caught in the filter that didn't dissolve, but it looks more like copper. So I'll hang on to that, and then I'll just process the fluid. So I'll have to put the solution through another filter. I'll get back to you. Filter the solution through a cotton ball. This will take a bit longer to filter. The first filter, the coffee filter, it broke and everything just went straight through. So yeah, that wasn't much good. Anyway, I'll filter it through this cotton bud and it should be a lot better. Okay, I'm going to have to leave the solution overnight for the gold to settle to the bottom, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, I've left the solution to settle overnight, and now I'll just pour off the liquid and we'll see how much gold we have. There's a lot of silver, looks like there's silver in there. Hope you can see in there. See how it's a sort of a grey colour? I've got to clean that up. I've got to put some hydrochloric acid in there and boil it, and hopefully that'll clean it up. But that grey colour in there, that looks like silver. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Also, I've still got this metal didn't dissolve in the aqua regia, so I'll do a second aqua regia on this, and I'll dissolve this metal down. I think what happened was, I think the aqua regia that I dissolved the metal in, I think it absorbed. You can only absorb so much metal into the solution, and once it becomes full, it won't dissolve any more metal. So I think that's what's happened. So anyway, I'll make up a second aqua regia and we'll dissolve this metal, and I'll just see if I can get any more gold. Okay, I'm just going to boil the hydrochloric acid for a bit, and then I'll pour off the dirty acid, and then I'll put some clean acid in and reboil it and try and clean up the gold. Okay, I've poured off the dirty hydrochloric acid, and then I've put in some clean acid and I'll boil it again. And the mud in the bottom looks really clean. It's starting to come up really good. Yeah, that's the gold. The mud is the gold. Okay, there's our gold, the mud. I hope you can see that. The mud in the bottom of the beaker. And I've got some boiled distilled water. I'm just going to give it a wash in distilled water, boiled distilled water, just to wash out any hydrochloric acid. And the mud's looking really good. It's that chocolatey colour brown. That looks real good. This will just wash out the acid before I melt the gold. There we are. That's all the gold we got, all that mud. So next, I'll set up the furnace and then we'll melt it into a button. Okay, there's our brown mud. You probably can't see that. Hang on, I'll just bring this around the sun. Hope you can see that. That's the brown mud. I'll put it in the furnace and we'll melt it down.
There it is, guys. There's my gold button. A little bead. Gold bead. But also, I'll just show you, the rest of that metal that didn't dissolve when I first did the aqua regia, I've got it in there now. It's dissolving in aqua regia. So what I'll do, the gold that I get out of that aqua regia, I'll add it to this little bead.
Okay guys, I've got the rest of that jewellery that didn't melt in the first aqua regia. It's in this one. This is a fresh aqua regia. It's nearly all finished. I'm just going to check to see if there's any gold in solution. I've got my stannous chloride that I made up. Okay. Piece of paper. Okay. We've got the solution on the paper. Stannous chloride. Yes. See that, guys? See how it's turned black? That's telling me there's gold in solution.
Okay, there's our solution. It's filtered. We know there's gold in it. Next, I'll put in some urea. Urea, which will neutralise the acid. I don't see much reaction. So there is now. Now I can see that there is some reaction there now. Put a little bit more in there. Give it a stir. Then once I've finished here, then I'll add the SMB and drop the gold out. Okay. Now add some SMB and we'll drop the gold out of this solution. It's starting to froth up a bit. That tells me there's still some acid left in the solution. But you can tell, you can see how it's all gone brown. That's the gold coming out of solution.
Okay, now I'll do another stannous chloride test to see if the gold is dropped out of solution. Stannous chloride. Yep. See how it's clear, it hasn't gone black. That means that the gold has dropped out of solution. Okay guys, here's the rest of that gold. I'll just spin this around here and light a bit. Get a better look at it. That's the rest of that gold that I dissolved in the aqua regia, and I've cleaned it up. That mud is the gold. So I'm going to smelt that, and I'm also going to put in that little bead of gold that I got earlier, I'll just put it in my hand. That little bead of gold there, I haven't even weighed it, but I'm going to add it to the mud because it's part of the jewelry that I started processing. So I'm going to add this little bead to that mud, melt it all down into one big bead. There it is, guys. One button. One little button. I squished him a bit. It was still a bit soft when I picked him up with the tweezers. And it's got a little bit of borax on the back, that black stuff. I'll put it in some hydrochloric acid, give it a boil, and that'll clean that up nicely. Yeah. Okay, we'll go and weigh it and see how much gold I got. Okay guys, there it is, and I'm quite happy with that. I mean, I can't get nitric acid. I can't get hold of it unless I go up Perth, but I don't want to go up there. But I'm quite happy with how this came out. I reckon, I'm guessing 22 carat. Yeah, because I have done it before, this process, and I had it assayed. And it was assayed at 22 carat. So I'm saying this is 22 carat. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. You little beauty. Okay, the weigh-in. Let's see what it weighs. Wow, 3.3. You little ripper. Well guys, how was that? 3.3 grams I got of gold from 17.8 grams of scrap jewelry. So yeah, and what you got to realise, scrap jewelry, it's only gold plated. Some of it's plated a bit thicker, some of it's thinner. So it's, yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. So what you got to realise is, out of 17.8 grams of scrap jewelry, most of the metal is copper, brass, other alloys that they use for making the jewelry, and then all they do is they thinly coat the jewelry in gold, and that's your cheaper jewelry anyway. It's not solid gold, yeah, unless of course you're buying the better top shelf stuff. Yeah. So anyway, this was just cheap jewelry. I think the piece of jewelry that had the most gold was a friendship ring that my wife had in her collection, and that was 9 carat gold. Yeah, so everything else, that was the only thing that had a marking on it. Everything else, no markings. Yeah, so I'm quite happy. 3.3 grams out of that amount of scrap was quite good. Yeah. Now what else was I going to say? I've written down here how I did the procedure. Like I put in this was the first procedure anyway that I did. I actually had to do a second one, as you saw in the video, to finish off the scrap. But the first procedure, I used 100 mils of distilled water, 100 mils of hydrochloric acid, and then I just put in a spoonful of potassium nitrate to make the aqua regia. Yeah, so that was it anyway, guys. I think that's about it on that subject. Oh yeah, guess what? Yes, I'm giving away another coin, another Australian $5 gold coin. I'm going to give it away to one of you guys. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel and leave a comment at the end of this video. Just that's it. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment. Hi Kev, great channel, whatever, great video, anything you like. Just put a comment in. Your name will go into the hat, and on my next video I'll draw out the winner. Yeah, and yeah, you'll one of you guys will be the winner of this gold coin, Australian $5, and I'll put some photos, close-ups of it, so you can have a better gaze at it. Yeah, I think that's all, guys. Yeah, if you've got any questions you want to ask me about that, how I refine the scrap, you know, just send me an email. I'll put a link here or here, and yeah, just send me an email. Ask me, shoot whatever questions at me. I'll try and answer them. I'm not a scientist or anything like that. I'm just following what I'm watching on other videos. One of the videos that channels, I should say, that I am following is 3 Tips, and I'll just put his name here somewhere. And yeah, I've been looking at his videos, and he's right into this sort of stuff, using chemicals to refine gold, and he does a very good job. So I'm miles off the mark, but I'm happy with that. When I get that button, that gold button assayed, I'm hoping it's going to be up around 22 carat, because I did one before, and when I had it assayed, it was 22 carat. So I'm guessing that one is around 22 carat. So it's not pure by any means, but it's pretty close. Yeah, and I'm happy with 22 carat gold. Yeah, anytime. Okay, guys, I haven't even got a glass with me. It's a bit early in the morning still. I've just been doing a bit of work around the yard, and I just thought I'd come and finish off the video. Yeah, and I'll put it out very shortly. Okay, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing and helping the channel grow. Appreciate yous all. Be safe out there, take care, and good luck. I'll see yous on the next